to the... There. Now. Now, gotta start the recording. All right. Now for the formal introduction. Sunday, 08:40:59 seconds, year 2024, 5th month, April, 19th day. This could be either Dad's birthday or Michelle's birthday, which was the sister, but she already transitioned. She transitioned last year or 2 years ago. She battled with cancer when she was younger, and then she had lung problems when she was older. She smoked though, but she drank. Her and Jay were the partiers of the family, but they only party because I started getting into it, but it never took a hold of me. But see, they were younger, so when the children are younger, it takes a hold of them easier. But everybody goes through high school and they fucking experiment or get, here's the alcohol, here's the cocaine, here's the weed, here's all the drugs that there are to, that all the young people get introduced to. And anyway, so how the hell we get on that? Oh yeah, the birthday. Today is the 19th. It's either Dad's birthday or Michelle's birthday because they're both Rams. One is April 6th, one is... But I don't really keep track. I just know it's one or the other. And her mother's birthday, she's a Scorpio. She's 27th October. And then Jay, he's a air, or not an air, yeah, no, air sign, which is Aquarius. But he's January 24th, so he's practically on the cusp of Capricorn. Which this sisterly brother is purebred Capricorn, right smack dab in the middle, but leans to the right side, which is a 9. 1-9. That's COVID-19. The co is co means both sides. The word co, like co-ed. Learned that in high school. They say, "Oh, this is co-ed," which means that both boys and girls are on the team. Co-ed. So COVID is the David side to the co-ed, which the David is the king side. Religion predominantly ruling the planet through the Vatican extraterrestrial system is mainly emphasizing the Bible on the Old Testament side, which is the king side, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, leaning to the right, or the Republican side, the conservative side, the elephant side. And then the other side, leaning to the left, would be a 7 on the other side of 8. But 8 is the middle between, the signs start on the 21st through the 21st. According to someone else's story. Someone else wrote these stories, so remember, they're just stories. But in the middle is 8. From 21, in the middle is 8. And then, so, now Elvis Presley was a purebred 8 Capricorn. Elvis Presley. But, just because one's a purebred Capricorn doesn't mean that one is equal or balanced. Some call it balanced, because on the zodiac wheel, if the planets are all on one side, then that's lopsided. One has a harder time in life if all their planets on one side. But just go to the internet. I looked Elvis up the other day. I've looked him up a couple times, but I have to get a reminder. I think he had balanced planets, though. I think he had a pretty balanced wheel. So then one would have to have to delve deeper into, start reading his. I never read. Astrology reports are fucking like reading books, so isn't really worth reading. It's just worth skimming through, unless one is just totally attracted to read someone else's astrology report. But Elvis is. I want to look at. Shall look at his wheel again, see what the astrology, because supposedly he ended up. The YouTube stories on Elvis is that he was dealing with a lot of pain, a lot of physical body pain, because he would be up on stage all the time doing gyrations, and who knows, a lot of pain in the body comes from repressed emotions because of oxygen deprivation, tension meiosis syndrome, which is stiff muscles because of all the repressing emotions, repressing information, repressing sharing stuff. This is what happens, especially if we have traumatic childhoods, and we want to repress all those memories, and we don't want to talk about things that happened. Well, this causes oxygen deprivation in the body, tenseness. In other words, the blood vessels squeeze tight, which cuts off proper blood circulation to the muscles. So there's really no injury in the body. It's just that the muscle isn't getting proper oxygen, which causes pain. So it simulates that there's an injury there, but there is no injury. But the real injury is the emotional injury. But it can be easily healed with knowledge. And the knowledge is just knowing what's going on, and then dealing with these emotional situation or relationship in the brain with the thoughts. And they call this in Jesus to make peace with it. In religion, they call it to make peace with that. I mean, to really sit, and there's the sun that comes out with that shit. This is all part of the fucking Matrix, fucking hologram computer program. Confirmation, whenever high points are hit. Either jets fly across the sky, or the sun pops out from behind a cloud spontaneously. So in religion, they teach that when you pray to Jesus and you heal it, and then the good pastor will also teach you want to go into the mammary gland, the memory, and suckle on that memory and make peace with it and forgive everything that there needs to be forgiven. and then to try as best as one can is when the situation comes up again, to deal with it instead of hide it and not talk about it, and to be honest with it more and more quickly, because it just doesn't go away overnight with each situation. The same situation keeps rising up in one's life with the relationships. And this causes sickness and illness and all the different things that pop up. This gets all in the witch doctor stuff. So it's hard. I mean, it's really hard. But, it can be accomplished. Especially if there's someone there to help with the therapy. That's why in Russia, the clinical doctor, which is Wilhelm Reich, which wrote the book called The Sexual Revolution. I mean, the main thing that caused people to stiffen up was the sexual childhood reality. It's a hard subject to deal with. It really is. So anyway, getting back to Elvis's astrology sign. Astrology. But usually, like I said, there's a book written by Johnny Sarno called Healing Back Pain. And one doesn't have to have a therapist by their side. One can read a book and learn this stuff, and then start becoming conscious with it. Or one could hear someone talk about stuff, because the road to recovery, or the healing, instead of the healing, is just knowing the information. And one is one's own therapist. And for me, I had to go on fucking, which helped me a lot, is I went on YouTube into cam rooms. And I was so petrified and so scared, so shy, I would not type any words into the chat. I wouldn't come on camera, nothing. And so finally, I just finally, just little bits at a time, started coming out of my shell. And it was the cam rooms, Stickham's cam room back in 2007 to 2012. 5 years of self-therapy. Helped myself come out of the shell and dealing with repressed emotions and shit. And only I know that it works. It's just the knowledge, just the information. I didn't have anyone hold my hand through it. I just knew what was going on with me because I read a book. Many books. But that was the main book. Once I realized what TMS was, is tension meiosis syndrome, tensing up because of not wanting to deal with. My childhood. There it is. My childhood. I wanted to do with my childhood. So, child upbringing, because most people's formative years are between ages 1 and 5. And there's not a whole lot of memories there of what's happened. And so, one can use imagination to figure out what has happened because the condition of society is with child sacrificing going on, and people get spanked, beat, and all kinds of shit, and raped, and pedophile, and all kinds of shit. They don't even know because they're just little children, but the memory knows. It's deep inside there. So Elvis's astrology. So here it is. Yeah, he's got a balanced wheel. The YouTube video came up. He's fairly balanced wheel. Let's look at it a little closer. He has a more square. See, it's the square shapes that are the ones that have a hard time. The square shapes. The ones that have the best times are the triangle shapes. A lot of triangles, which is acute, less than 90 degrees. But anything over 90 degrees or over, or at 90 degrees is the cross, the Christianity cross. And it's the square angles. When draw a line from a planet to a planet across the wheel, more square looking. So I'm looking at Elvis's, and for the first time, this is the first time I noticed this. Wow, he's got a square from the bottom to the right side, and then up to the top. The other one's kind of just leaning out just a little bit outward, and then no, I'm talking about the predominant shape, just first glance looking at it. And then the top kind of comes up to like a roof shape. One side a little bit more steeper than the other. But yeah, so that explains it, why he was dealing with a lot of pain. And he was always he was medicated, heavily medicated. And they say that he died because he was having such a hard time he couldn't poop. He was having a hard time, he couldn't poop. And so to relieve the pain. So the story is, he went to poop one day, and he was in his private chambers where no one is allowed to go, in his mansion. And he needed to get away from the world so much because being famous and all that shit. And if one is not trained how to be famous and deal with all the stuff that happens for fame, and one realizes he's in a club and he's stuck and he's got to do that he's got to play his part because he's in the family. And all kinds of shit starts fucking repressed emotions that aren't dealt with. And anyway, so he was in his private chamber, dropped his drawers to sit on the toilet, and that was it. He fell over. And with his medication that he was taking and stuff like that. So they say that, he was a drug. They said he died of a drug overdose, but the real story is, no, he was on doctor's medication. That was the drug. But everybody thinks that he was on drugs, which is the popular story that the courts always like to use for evidence, because that's the only thing that the public understands. they need a good story that's popular so they don't have to really think about it too much. Which is the condition of the whole universe. That's why I say the universe is a child. It's a child that's dealing with repressed emotions from existence, just existing, period. So anyway, back to the, it's all spontaneous video stuff. Stuff just comes out of nowhere, wants to be said, and just flow with it, and But I still need to wash the face off. Here I am, enjoying the sun though. It's nice. I look at the weather report and it says, it's going to be colder now this week in the 60s. And then the body's kind of like, But the sun's just nice right now. Just heard the daughter, the fireball in the sky. See that up there? So threw some water on the face, brushed the hair. So I don't believe that I need your love so bad, yeah. Trying to drive me mad. Pee-pee time. Probably some poo-poo come out too. I'm enjoying the new hairstyle now. I feel like the hair has finally got to the point where it's staying in now instead of falling out. Without finasteride or minoxidildo, which are synthetic artificial hair growths. Supposedly, who knows what is? It's just. But the thing with finasteride and minoxidil is it causes hair to grow back. And so I'm on the natural path to get the hair to grow back. Been eating a lot of cheese lately, and so the shits are coming out hard. Which is nice, you know. At least they're coming out, you know. I like them hard more so than fucking soft. Because soft irritates the fucking anus. But hard ones, there's no irritation in the anus. You know, hemorrhoid pain. That burn or, just ass burn. All right. Up. There was no dingling to behold if there was some witch doctor, because the shirt hangs below the dingling. Now, gotta bend over to wipe the ass. This the shit rag. Hardly any. There ain't no real shit on it, because they're hard as fuck, so they don't leave any residue. I can't believe that I need your love so bad. Running around, trying to drive me mad. Trying to keep from following you. Putting on the Hisnia belt strap. The Hisnia belt strap. panties on. And then there's other stories where some say that Elvis never died and it was a fake death. I mean, who really knows the truth, what's really going on, except for Elvis and high-level surveillance, government, military, extraterrestrial surveillance. I mean, what does it really matter anyway? But the stories are there to consider, you know, and really stories are there for self-therapy. Self-therapy. Doesn't matter whether they're true or not. If one relates to a story and thinks, oh my God, that's cool to have a story that I can help the self with. All kinds of stories out there. So the brother has clothes on now. Had his worldwide wrestling trunks on. or the worldwide wrestling trunks. And then got the hair all nice and combed up. And I call this the officer and the gentleman look. Except it's got a beard, so it's more like the judge look. Military, they're not allowed to have any beards or goatees or Van Dykes. This is called a Van Dyke. This particular shape is someone popularized it with a word, called it a Van Dyke. A goatee would be the goat thing hanging down. Let it grow down to a goatee. And then of course there's the judge's beard, where they just a short beard, let it grow all over the face, the short beard. So this is the Van Dyke judge look. Well, not really the judge look, the Van Dyke look. With the police hairdo, parted to the side, so as to when driving the car with the window down, the wind comes in and it hits the part. Whereas so that's the part to the. This is parted to the right. You know, the conservative, the church-going police. You know, being a policeman is centered around going to church. You know, morality, rules, and regulations to keep peace in society. You know, to intervene between people that having a hard time in relationships with each other. You know, basically what it comes down to. It's just a middleman, an intervener. He did this to me, he did this to me. And so the policeman's thinking, okay, well. but see, an intervener has turned into a cop. It's supposed to be a peace officer. In the beginning, peace officers were ones that would sit down with people and help them hash out their differences. You see, but as the generations became more and more dumbed down, police officers lost that information. So now all they do is they look for something bad that someone did so that they can separate them and put one in jail, instead of sit there as a middleman or like a mother with children and talk them through so they can get some wisdom in the situation. Get some wisdom in the situation so that now they can start to heal. And then hopefully next time be able to deal with the situation between themselves instead of have a mother show up and pull the tits out for some sucklings. Sucklings. So today's peace officers, they used to be called peace officers, and you could only be a peace officer if you were a good psychologist, a behavioral psychologist. You were educated in behavioral psychologist arts. In other words, You knew how to be a big brother to or big sister to, you know. But like I said, you know, the generations get dumbed down, and so all we have is just copies, useless copies. I don't mean that in a bad way. It just means they're uneducated, so they don't know how to really deal with, you know, it with, you know, with themselves, let alone how can one help anyone else if they haven't dealt with themselves? It's like the blind trying to lead the blind. In the scripture it says, you know, the blind man leads the blind man into a ditch because they're both blind. So if the cops run the society are blind and the people are blind, then society is in a ditch. That's why I say stuck in the mud and abusive with it, can't get out. Looking to keep it like that forever because they don't know that they can get out. There's no information until a real peace officer shows up. And another word for peace officer is an auditor. That's one that can talk things out. It's a sheriff. It's the same. It's all different words for the same thing. So. Dun, 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 dun. So anyway, so we got trees over here behind the fence line again now. The wind must have blew it over there, or else some street person put it there and needed a log to sit on, or you never know. Since it's on the neighbor's side of the fence, people like to believe in borders, so you never know. The neighbor might have dragged it over there, or someone might have been wanting to cause trouble out in town and see if I would blame it on the neighbor and stuff like that, or am I going to move it back and throw it over to the neighbor's side? You know, all kinds of what ifs could be. You know, as far as I'm concerned, you know, it doesn't bother me. I suppose if I want to, I could cut it up for firewood, because, you know, being this is a legal system, most people think legally, and they think, well, it's on my side of the fence, so, you know, what do I do with it now? And I didn't put it there, and I was sure to clean up everything on the, you know, legally speaking, living in the legal world, I cleaned up everything on my, you know, on the fence area, you know, an imaginary fence lines going through. I cleaned it all up, and it's all right there. I got a big beaver dam in the backyard, which is actually firewood. I mean, if the city wanted to, they could fine me. They could send me a ticket and fine me in the mail, because that's considered city property right there. That's city firewood. And this is the city's homeless shelter right here. This is all the city's responsibility, you know. But, you know, in reality, the city is everyone. Everyone is the city. There is no separation between the people and the city. So, I mean, it's a delicate line. It's a trapeze artist tightrope line to walk. And so, you know, it's behooving and incumbent to just kind of feel the atmosphere out. You know, that's why being sensitive to vibrations is, you know. So, it ain't gonna be no big deal. The city would be relieved. People in the city would be relieved, because that's less work they got to do, less money they got to spend, so they can buy new cars instead of spend it on paying employees. They might want to add a new room to their house, so that's less money for them. Then they get, then the state gives them a reward for saving money even more, so now they can buy 2 houses. So, I'm learning more and more just to let things be what they are, and then I just wait, and then all of a sudden this spontaneous energy just pops up, and I just flow with it, and you know, and not worry about shit. You know, although the worries are there to have to deal with. And it isn't a cakewalk, you know, overcoming a bunch of shit. It's still not a cakewalk. Still have to deal with all the feels and the fears and the worries and all the doubts and unbeliefs and shit, but it's just easier. And that's nice. I mean, fuck. It's always nice when things are easier. So yeah, I've got nice clean rims now, and I put Mother's aluminum mag polish on the outside of this part right here, but on the insides it still needs to be the oven cleaner residue here. I put a little bit on here, yeah, right here. See right here, it does come off. It does come off right there, so it's just a matter of getting in there with the toothbrush, with the polish, and then using that's an idea, to put some felt, wrap some felt around the edge of the toothbrush with some Velcro. That way it'll be underneath, and it'll hold on there, and then could polish all the ends and sides of the spokes. Yeah. So that'll be thinking of for a while. And then there's this one. So at least all the stuck on brake residue stuff, all the brownie, looked like there was diarrhea. Diarrhea. But now the mags are kind of like, at least nice and aluminum looking, more aluminum looking. It's really nice. It's got a good feeling with it. I feel like Mother's ass has been wiped. Mother's ass. This is the car that Mother drives. And it came with a Gibson license plate logo. Gibson. You know, the Gibsons, you know, those are musicians. The Gibb brothers. The Bee Gees, call them the Bee Gees. So it is nice to have morning cracked sun crack through the clouds. I mean, God, ain't after being cooped up in a stuffy house, you know, in the shell, cooped up in the shell, to come out of the hermit crab shell, and God, especially when there's that cold breeze in the air, that morning cold, at the same time that the morning cold's there, which brings some fresh air, you know, that sun just, God, that combination, it's just nice. I mean, I could just go get the chair and sit it out here and and just, brother fell asleep on the fucking lounge, the lounge thing right here yesterday. I woke up and I realized, Oh, fuck. My fucking face feels like it just got fucking torched. But it wasn't too bad because I had already put some castor oil for wrinkles. Castor oil is an all-natural skin rejuvenator. Castor oil. So I had put some on. So who knows if it makes it worse or, I mean, alls I know is that I've experimented with the stuff and I can tell when I use it, the wrinkles go away. The skin tightens up and it's more supple. All the wrinkles on the elbows, because, you know, legally speaking, this brother's 50, born 1968. So I'm either 56 or 57. I always have to count I always have to count now because it's got to the point where age doesn't really matter to me anymore. It was like when I was younger, I was all proud, you know, well, I'm 18, I'm 19 now. I remember I'm 23. You know, getting older was like something to look forward to because there's this sense of I'm wiser now. I'm to be more respected in the community, right? I'm not an innocent, dumb little child anymore, right? Anyway, so born 68, so 68, 78 is 10. 88 is, you know, plus this gets all into private maritime law because birth certificate age is another jurisdiction. The judge will always ask someone, well, what's your age? And if you give him your age, then he says, oh, well, thanks for telling me you were one of my citizen robots. What's your birthday? They want to know your birthday. Give them your birthday, and they want to know your name and all that stuff. And they consider this to be adhesion contracts. So, oh, well, you're under my jurisdiction then. My system. Anyway, so 78, 88 is 20 years, 98 is 30 years, 2008 is 40 years, 2018 is 50 years, and then 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So, yeah, 56. Plus, this is the 5th month, 56 and 5 months. So I'll be 57, legally speaking, ageably speaking on those rounds, 57, January the 9th, year 2025. So however that subject got onto, it'll come back around. Anyways, the skin, yeah. Wrinkles. Wrinkles in the elbows areas, you know, yeah, see like that. Once I start putting castor oil on it daily, then the wrinkles subside substantially. And then if I eat a lot of fruit, then the wrinkles substantiate even more and more and more. But I'm in a situation right now where I'm, you know, struggling for money. So, you know, I have to eat a lot of fucking meat and cheese, and that, you know, that causes to want to eat fucking sugary shit too. You know, artificial sugar stuff, so, and that causes wrinkles too, so. But anyway, yeah, just kicking back, relaxing with that morning cold breeze sun is, God, it's such a nice, feels so good. Feels so good. Dun, dun, dun. Been enjoying Judas Priest concerts here lately, and I never watched Judas Priest concerts closely. This is the first time that I seen how fucking healthy Rob Halford is, or in his day. I mean, that fucker is fucking healthy. Holy fucking shit. And he's energetic as all fuck. God damn the energy that fucker on stage. But it could have been drugs too. Who knows? Some people take uppers and cocaine and all that shit, and I mean, but it didn't look out of the ordinary. Nothing out of the ordinary, because there's a lot of people that don't take drugs that are dancers and athletes, and they're just fucking energetic as fucking shit too. Dancers, especially dancers, man. They're fucking dancing on stage and shit like that. They just exude this fucking just energy, just I mean, it's something to behold. It's like, especially getting older, one sees someone that's energized, and it's just like, oh God, I wish I was like that again. Or I wish I was like that, period, because some people even never get there. Oh God. Some people don't even get to experience what it's like to be energized, energetic. Yeah. So today the financial markets open up at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So the weekend is over for the brother. It's time to go back to work at 2 o'clock. I go back to work at 2 o'clock on Sundays. The work week starts. But, I don't have to. I don't have to. It's just, sometimes I just naturally just turn the charts on and just examine it. And next thing you know, I'm playing around with the charts for fucking 5 hours, examining and getting ready for the week. I don't really have to. I could wait till Monday, or I could wait till I get into the trading room, and the mentor that I'm with right now, he does all that stuff. But I'm trading two different systems. I learned his system years ago, but I wasn't allowed to be in the trading room. In fact, I got kicked out once because I brought up the Jesuit subject. So he allowed me back in now, finally, after years and years and years. But I didn't really know his system. I thought I knew it. But his system, when I was using it, I was like, God, man, this isn't really very accurate because it could go any way at any time. It goes both ways. And then, of course, that's what he said. I finally got to hear him say that, and he said, that's why we're supposed to just wait and watch and see which direction it goes and then jump in. That's the one thing I didn't know. That was a vital piece of the information. So I would just get in. I would get in thinking, well, I had to guess. And every time I guessed, every time, I mean, 99% of the time, I probably only had 1, 2, 3 winning trades in 5 years, and that's it. Every fucking time I got in, it was a losing trade. Every fucking time. Because I didn't have that vital piece of the puzzle, because I was kicked out of the trading room. So, because I was bringing up subject matters that, you know, he didn't want to talk about. Although I listened to him talk in his trading room today, he talks about everything now. Today he talks about everything, except for certain things too. I notice he's touchy on certain things too. He gets offended because one time I brought something up and he says, I said, there's someone controlling the markets. And he says, who? And so knowing that he was being childish with it, you know, I explained some things, you know, and then at the end of it, you know, and I'm different now in explaining stuff. I can explain stuff, you know, more clearly and gentlier, you know, or whatever the fuck. Who knows what the fuck it is. Anyway, and then he just kind of swallowed his pride and he says, well, thank you for sharing that information. I started getting into the psychology stuff. The psychology, the inner child. You know, that's what's controlling everything, you know. Just because I said there's someone controlling the markets, which I know they are anyway, they're stop hunters. The bankers see where everybody puts all their trades in, and then they sit there and they consolidate, and then everybody's thinking, well, it's going to go this way or that way, and so they watch where they put their stops, but mainly people are going to put their stops no matter what. They put their trades on, they put their stops. And then they just sit there for a long time, for a while, until they've accumulated enough trades and everybody has put their trade on. They see where all the money is, and then they move the market against everyone to take their stops out. And a stop is just a stop loss, which means if the trade goes against you, you're going to lose money before the trade gets turned off, so you don't keep losing money. It's called a stop loss. So they are controlling the markets. That's why I spoke up. I said, yeah, there's someone controlling the markets, because he would say stuff like that too, but then he would kind of justify it to himself differently, as though someone's not doing it on purpose. And then he was always, and his thing is, it always comes down to there's something wrong with us. His psychology angle is, it's self-blame. We're the ones doing it to ourselves, which is true. But it's both. This is what I've figured out. It's both ourselves and it's others. There's the bully outside controlling everything, the outside world, and there's the bully on the inside world. It's both. So yeah, there are the bully banker is controlling the markets, and it's on an algorithm and on a computer program too. But he watches it. He watches the program functioning, and he can intervene and customize shit and press buttons anytime he wants. But yes, also it's ourselves too. We're sabotaging ourselves because we're not waiting for the proper trade setup. We're guessing. We haven't studied More so how the markets function and this and that. You know, we beat ourselves up with doubt, self unbelief, and we're not dealing with our therapy issues and all shit, all kinds of shit. You know, it's both. But you know, don't believe me. It's just a story. It's just a story. But that's what I see going on. So anyway, however that subject got onto. Trading the markets. It's Sunday, 2 o'clock. The markets open up. So. See the timer. It's been an hour, so we'll call this a video. Pull finger. Oh, yeah, this is the different finger here. You got to, so go to there's Elvis's square, so. And then here's this one. Go to Google search, and then I'm gonna type in the astrology here. I'm gonna type in 1968. Astrology chart. Get a quick glimpse at the Russell astrology chart. See what it looks like here. Here it is. Birthday analysis for January 9th, 1968. Zodiac sign and horoscope. Born on Tuesday, January 9th, 1968. Birthday analysis reveals you are 56 years old, your zodiac sign is Capricorn, and the Chinese zodiac is the monkey. So go in here and live psychics. There's a button there for live psychics. Okay, so whatever hell. There's the Western and there's the Vedic. Wow, that's weird. In the Vedic, it's looking like in the Vedic astrology chart that I'm an Aries, which is a ram. That's what Dad is. This is what it's looking at. Who knows what the fuck this is? Why is this in here? Beside this is the sun sign tropical zodiac. Then there's the moon sign sidereal, it's called zodiac, for that particular birthday. 56 years, 4 months, 6 days to be exact is the age. The monkey sign, Roman numerals, 9-1 MCM LXV YII, sunrise, da da da. Well, I was born at 08:53 in the morning. the sisterly brother. And now this goes into some personality traits. Might as well read this. We'll have this be a half-hour video. I'm kind of curious to read this here right on the video. It says, personality traits for people born on January 9th, 1968. And remember, folks, this is the computer program. This is how the robot program functions. All the zodiac signs are actually computer programs, and they're programmed into the babies, into the womb. It's all programming. So they're called profiles. So personality traits of people born on January 9th, 1968. They're energetic and spontaneous is the very first thing. It said, these individuals have a zest for life and are always looking for new experiences. They are often the first to try new things and are not afraid to take risks. Well, that's exactly what the fuck's going on with me. I know that. I'm very conscious with it. And then it says violent tendencies. It says this trait can manifest in various ways, from verbal aggression to physical violence. It is important for these individuals to learn to control their angers and to find healthy ways to express their emotions. Well, that's been the path. That has been the path. I haven't been very violent, though. But I've realized that if I didn't know what I know, I realized that, it could have grown into being that way. If I hadn't have known what I known, to curve the energy, I could start to see it could have. But when I was younger, I picked on my brother and sisters, you see. But I wasn't that violent back then. But I could see growing older, the violence would have increased. I probably would have been a violent fucker. A fucking violent fucker. I would have been a fucking bully like the rest of the fucking bullies. I would have been probably some top dog fucking bully, prison bully, or something, or political bully. I mean, fuck. And I had already come to these conclusions. This is just confirming how the program functions. So if I read it again, it says this trait can manifest in various ways, the violent tendencies. From verbal aggression to physical violence, it is important for these individuals to learn to control their anger and to find healthy ways to express their emotions. Yeah, it is important for these individuals to control their anger. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So that, so that's been the path. That's been a path for a while. And then it says suspicious and untrusting. It says they may have difficulty forming close relationships because they are always on the lookout for potential threats. This can make it difficult for them to trust others and open up to learn. But also what the astrology report isn't sharing on this particular tendency, and that is, the doctor is stealing the child's labor through the hospital and the credit. And this causes the untrust. Because I now know that I'm living with a trickster that's always looking to trick the fuck out of me and bully me around. which has caused the subconscious to want me to draw away and just stay with myself and not have no relationships with fucking no one in this fucking system. Because I know what's going on. But growing up, it was just a subconscious instinct and gut feeling to stay away from everything. But now I'm totally conscious. I know exactly what the fuck's going on, and I stay away on purpose. But at the same time, I also audit the fuck out of everything, and now I'm just waiting for the bully to grow up. So I treat the bully like a child now. A mother growing up with a child. So there is closeness, you know. And if you really want to have a conversation and talk, we can go talk out in town, or, you know, if you're over the fence, you know, I talk with the neighbor. Neighbor comes over, we'll talk all the fucking time. We'll talk as long as she can fucking. I don't have to fucking go to no slave jobs. Whenever I'm not connected to slave jobs, I could sit there and stand and sit down. I could talk all fucking day. But most neighbors around here got slave jobs, and they can't talk all day. I've been without fucking job for fucking 12 years straight, with neighbors, talking to the neighbors, especially the neighbor on this side of the fence where the girl lives, and then the couple lives on the other side. You know, they've had renters there. They had the mother that used to live there, and they had college students that lived there, and they'd be fucking in the bedroom, moaning and all kinds of shit. I remember the day I heard the girl, he had a girlfriend, and she was just in there moaning, and there wasn't a sound coming out of him. He wasn't moaning at all. She was moaning though. And I'm thinking, wow, this is kind of cool. This is the first time I ever heard anybody fucking having sex and they're moaning. and I had already trained for it too, so yeah, it was kind of a pleasant surprise. Anyway, so suspicious and untrusting. So that's one of the what do they call it? Traits, personality traits. So yeah. So you know, those that are still unconscious and that they're this particular astrology sign, which is born Tuesday, January 9th, 1968, you know, most of them probably are that way, suspicious and untrusting. In other words, they don't trust anyone. Very suspicious. You know, and these are the traits of a cop. Cops are this way. They don't trust anyone. Very suspicious. That's why they become cops. A lot of them become cops because they want to rid all the crime out of the world. Because they're suspicious that they're doing this, suspicious and untrusting because they're doing shit behind everyone's back. Murders and killing people and hoping they don't get caught, stealing from people, hoping they don't get caught. So this particular sign makes the best police officer, the best sheriff, law enforcement, legal enforcement, military, the whole fucking 9 yards. This particular breed. Born January 9th, 1968. And it's from 1968. But it also depends where one's born on the planet too. That adds to the aspect and the angles. So I was born in Los Angeles, Bellflower, California, at 8:53 in the morning. So all the times. And then it says they're easily frustrated and angry. It says these individuals have a low tolerance for frustration and may quickly become angry when things don't go their way. They may also have difficulty controlling their temper. I can relate with all that shit. I mean, fuck. But I've learned to overcome the anger and more just vent the frustration than laugh it off. Because it's better to vent than to explode. So that's part of, you know, becoming educated. So that's, you know, this, I can attest and be honest with all this shit. Of course, you know, once I started learning astrology and I started reading it, I felt so fucking naked and exposed. I said, oh my God, how the fuck do they know this shit? And then I started thinking, oh my God, they're watching me on camera and surveilling me. They already know exactly who I am, how I am, and they see that I'm denying this shit. Once I realized that, I said, oh, fuck. I'm gonna have to start dealing with this. Just be honest with myself, and then realize, oh fuck. Well, again, this is kind of good because now I have a mirror that I can look at. That everyone else can see it too, and there's nothing to hide no more. Now I can start kind of dealing with this shit openly. But fuck, when people start figuring this, they get introduced to astrology and they see themselves in the mirror and they can't fucking believe it. Some people just want to hide and don't ever want to deal with it anymore because they're thinking, oh my God, I hope no one figures out who I am, because it's all laid out in the public for anyone to see now. And that's the astrology reports. Oh my God. It's the robot programming. Yeah, because these are all traits that are programmed into the babies. And there's a good side to it, because it's all about learning how to be transparent and not hide anymore. So, to come out of the closet. So, all right, behavioral problems in childhood. It said these individuals may have exhibited behavioral problems during childhood, such as aggression, defiance, and difficulty following rules. This may have been a challenging time for them and their families too. So yeah, I can look back at it and I can say, yep. Okay, actionable insights and quotes. It is important to learn to control your anger and to find healthy ways to express your emotions. Yes, this has been the path. Try to be more trusting of others and open up to them. This will help you form closer relationships. Yeah, working on that too. It is important to learn to manage your time and money wisely. This will help you achieve your goals and avoid financial problems. Yeah, working on that one too. All right, now, yearly predictions. Those are the yearly predictions. As we enter 2024, your life will take a new turn for the better. Yeah, I've watched a couple astrology reports on that already, so I already know the alignment of the stars according to the program. So, but I'm just going to read it anyway. So, this year marks the beginning of a new cycle of the moon, which activates the first house in your astrological chart. This activation will amplify the influences of Moon, the ruler of the fourth house in your life. During this period, you can expect a heightened level of transformation and change, accompanied with more connectedness to your home and family. Positive developments in your material and emotional life are expected, such as arrival of new people in your life, more comfort and security, stability, and then it says, click this button to read the full report. All right. They probably want 1999 because that's usually how this stuff goes. If you want to read more in the report, pay us. Let's see here. But you never know, this might be one of them Treasury prepaid ones. All right, so here we are. Read full report, click the button. Okay, 2024 predictions. These are all predictions. In other words, what's really going on is they're just sharing the hologram, extraterrestrial, Vatican-controlled, political-controlled, military-controlled program that was programmed into me. It was programmed into me. So, if people want to learn what was programmed into them, then they could go to this. Look at this. This is called AskTheOracle.com, and I just typed in. I'm gonna save this in the note. I'm gonna type in. I just went to Google and I typed in. I just typed in the birthday, 1968. January. Yeah, 1968 astrology chart. That's all I typed in. And then I went down to the link. It said ask the Oracle, ask www.ask-oracle was the one that I clicked on. So anyone could go to that and they could read it and they could see the extraterrestrial alien military political Vatican program that was programmed into them from a computer. It was programmed in. They could read it now. It's right here. Oh my fucking God. This is a public announcement right here. Anyone wants to know how they were programmed by the extraterrestrial, the child bully that controls everything and there's a good and bad way. The Vatican, ET, alien, whatever, political. You can go to this, you can type it right into Google. You can go to ask.oracle. Whatever fuck. Right here. This is a public announcement right here. Those that are curious. And there's always going to be those that'll deny it and they'll say, or they just don't want to deal with it or whatever fuck. So look at that. Wow. That's fucking good information, man. That just popped up out of fucking nowhere. That's fucking cool. For those that just cool period anyway. So I'm going to put a note in here. I'm going to put in here astrology. The astrology program. Ask Oracle. 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 Like the Matrix. There was this character named Oracle in it or something like that. The Oracle. So there it is. And there's the other one. Oh, fuck. I erased part of the link. Yeah, we just put it done and go to another one and go back one page, and then this is the introduction. And pop it in there. So there's page 1, now there'll be page 2, so that'll be cool. All right, so then go back to this one and click on to read full report. All right, 2020-24 predictions for people born on January 9th, 1968, and all right, read that part all over, and then it continues. On the other hand, the subcycle of Mars in 2024 activating the 11th house will bring to you such needed gains and success. Mars, that's Aries. Dad is in Aries. Mars. All right, so during this time period, you will reap rewards from your hard work, such as promotions at your workplace, compensation for services rendered, and fulfillment of desired goals. Additionally, this positive energy will be beneficial for your friends and elder siblings. During this year, Jupiter is transitioning through the first house, bringing with it positive results in terms of financial gain. Well, yeah, supposedly this is the year for me. 2024 is the fucking year. I am gonna be fucking rich beyond fucking all imagination, according to the astrology port. Which I already see it coming. But anyway, so what else does it say? Not just money wise too, but rich in all areas. But according to this one, they just want to talk about financial gain for Jupiter house, which is the expansion planet, which is the Ozzy Osbourne planet. Ozzy Osbourne, Sharon Osbourne. So, American Idol, music, and all that shit. This, which on the side note, I'm still wondering. Sharon Osbourne. I think she was a Scorpio, but I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up. Google search Sharon Osbourne. I think she's a Scorpio. I think I saw it. Sharon Osbourne astrology chart. But remember, this is just the Vatican pre-program that I was programmed with as a child, you see. So, military handlers and all that shit. There's good and bad and it's everything. So the extraterrestrial higher intelligence that's overseeing things from a higher level. It's all programmed. But on the other side, the one thing that they can't really program is the soul energy. That's the self energy that gets to grow with the program. That's the girl energy, the soul energy. And so when the soul starts to grow more and more and more and more and more, it becomes equal. That's the goal, is to become equal with the pre-program. So it goes both ways. Because going on autopilot is always a good thing too. And then when one wants to intervene, because the autopilot program isn't quite intelligent or smart enough or conscious enough to realize that it's headed toward a mountain and it's going to crash or whatever, then the soul intervenes to steer and bring the path this way or that way to avoid the collision. So, this gets into some deep shit. So astrology, Sharon Osbourne. October the 9th. She is a purebred Scorpio. Yep, she is a purebred. That's the sexual energy, is Scorpio. And it's also the stinger at the same time. I mean, that's the cat right there. That's the bite lick. It is the most affectionate, but you touch her the wrong way at the wrong time, in an instant, she'll snap. But if you realize, I touched you the wrong spot at the wrong time, and you instantly readjust, then all of a sudden they're purring. That's Sharon Osbourne. All right, she's the judge, American Idol. That's Ozzy Osbourne's manager and wife. It's the cat right there. The cat's claw is the stinger. Scorpio stinger is the cat's claw. Sharp claw too. I mean, they share exactly how they feel. They hold nothing back. Exactly how they feel in the moment. That was Mother. Mother's a Scorpio, but she wasn't purebred. She was 27. She leaned more towards Virgo. But I grew up with a mother that's like that. She had no problem fucking speaking her mind. No fucking problem. Telling it exactly. But she was a homebody. She was shy like I was. She liked to just she stayed away from people, couldn't stand people. Although she had a little, friend here and there, but for the most part, that's the way, some Scorpios are. All signs have that in them. Anyway, so there it is. It's just confirmation. Yes, she's a Scorpio. So Jupiter. So getting back to the report, the astrology report. Jupiter is a house. Jupiter is the it's the expanding energy. Jupiter represents expanding. Expansion. growing, expansion. So, So getting back, so here it is. Let's. This is getting in past an hour and a half, so this is going to be a part 2 video. The timer is at an hour and a half, so there it is. So go to part 2. So. Hey! Pull finger! Pop! Oh, fuck. That's the wrong button. It has to be the scroll up and then press this target button, the flashing red target button.